Different type of pollutions are present in the ecosystem. Let us discuss about three main types of pollution, and they are air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. First we will see the components of air pollution. The components of air pollution are carbon dioxide, which causes global warming, then carbon monoxide, which can cause suffocation. When carbon monoxide is inhaled, it reacts with the hemoglobin molecules in our blood and forms a complex called carboxyhemoglobin. This carboxyhemoglobin can cause suffocation and even death. Then other sources are oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, which can cause acid rain, then hydrogen sulfide. These are the gaseous air pollutants. In solid air pollutants, we have dust, ash, carbon, lead, asbestos, etc. Then what are the sources of this air pollution? Chemical factories which release gases in air. So chemical factories are sources. Then we have oil refineries, which cause air pollution. Thermal power stations where coal is burnt, they are a source of air pollution. Then we have stone crushers, cement factories, these are sources of air pollution. What are the effects of air pollution? Air pollution can cause different respiratory diseases. Then they can cause adverse effects on plants and animals. For example, plants cannot do photosynthesis properly. Acid rain is one of the major problem. Then global warming is also caused by air pollution. Then what are the control measures? How air pollution can be avoided? So tall chimneys can be used so that the toxic gases are released at higher altitude. Then various equipments can be used to control air pollution, and there are standards like vehicles have BS standards to control the air pollution. So these are the things about air pollution, the components, the sources, effects and the control measures. Similarly, water pollution. So first we can list down the components of water pollution. What are different components of water pollution? Two different types of components are there. One is biotic component, and in biotic component we have algae and bacteria, disease causing algae, bacteria. They are the source of water pollution. In abiotic components, we can tell that sand or soil or minerals, they are sources of water pollution. Along with that, fertilizers and pesticides are also sources of water pollution. The components of water pollution, and from which sources this component come from. They come from industrial waste, domestic waste, sewage is domestic and industrial, chemical discharge from industries, pesticides used in agriculture. So the components are microorganisms like algae, bacteria, solid component like sand, soil, mineral, fertilizer, pest. Sources are industry, houses, then agriculture, that is the fertilizers and the pesticides. What are effects of water pollution? Diseases, various types of diseases are caused by water pollution. Then aquatic life is adversely affected. Eutrophication is one of the problem. When water contains the compounds of nitrogen, then it causes uncontrolled growth of certain type of plants on the surface of water. And this uncontrolled growth, it stops the oxygen supply to that water ecosystem. So all the aquatic ecosystem below those plants is adversely affected and it is disrupted. How this water pollution can be controlled? By enforcing stringent laws, then control over effluents, water pollution can be controlled. Next is soil pollution. What are the components of soil pollution? Pesticides, fertilizers, heavy metals, then solid waste, toxic chemicals, all these are sources of soil, all these are components of soil pollution. What are the sources? Again, industrial sources which release solid waste on the ground. Agricultural sources like fertilizer and pesticide, and then domestic sources, that means the solid waste which is thrown on the ground, on the dumping grounds, it leaches into the soil and makes the soil polluted. Soil erosion, retarded growth of plants and crops, nutritional deficiency, they are the effects of soil pollution. If soil becomes salty, then the crops cannot grow in such soil. So what are the control measures? Reduce the amount of solid waste. So recycle, reuse, reduce. These 3 R's can help to control the soil pollution. Solid waste management techniques, avoid leaching, etc. There is one more kind of pollution, and that is radioactive pollution. Radioactive pollution can occur due to 2 reasons. One can be natural radioactive pollution, which involves UV and IR radiation coming from the sun. And the other one is artificial radiation, which is caused by atomic energy plants or X-ray laboratories. Chernobyl, Windscale, 3 Mile Island accidents are major mishaps in the world till date. Thousands of people have been affected for long term due to these accidents. Some of the effects of radiations are The cancerous ulceration occurs due to higher radiations of X-rays. Then tissues of the body can be destroyed. Genetic changes can occur. Vision can be adversely affected. So these are four main type of pollutions, namely air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, radioactive pollution. In addition to that, there is sound pollution, light pollution, then thermal pollution. So all these, they cause adverse effect on the ecosystems. The need for environmental conservation. General public is not aware about the rules of environmental conservation. There should be large scale participation of the people in environmental conservation. It will be possible to answer environmental problem only if protection conservation becomes a public movement. For this, values like positive attitude and affection towards environment should be inculcated among the children since their childhood. Today, developing and underdeveloped countries have accepted responsibility of environmental protection. Their efforts are in that direction. It started in 1972 when United Nations Environmental Program UNEP was started. In India, separate environmental department had been established after the discussion on environmental problem. So Ministry of Environment and Forest involved in planning, inducing and increasing awareness about environment and forest through various programs since 1985.